Hi, I'm Rob.
And I'm Angie.
And together we are TwinFinity.
We're twin flames in union who've been sharing our journey to union through a series of videos. It has taken us 43 videos to tell our story, which we never in our wildest dreams expected. And this now is our very last, well, I guess we already did our last story video. This is now our last video, which is number 44, called The Bloopers, Outtakes, and Story Behind the Story. This is where we get to have some fun.
We are in our basement beside our fireplace, nice and toasty, warm. It's just a calm place to do our final video. Yeah, the story behind the story. Yeah, lots of things happened. You know, when you're doing 44 videos, some things go right, some things go wrong. Lots of things actually go right, but there are little times when things just don't quite go perfect.
Yep.
You know, when we came back from Boston, and we both were very much called to tell our story told very short, in a short form, in Boston was so well received that we decided we wanted to do a few videos to tell the story with a bit more detail in it. Of course, I was thinking, yeah, 15, maybe 20, 45-minute videos. That should be lots, you know. It gets started in late October, finish in March. That's a good way to spend the winter, get into summer, and just continue on with life the way that it would normally be. I had no idea that it was going to be a year's worth of pretty much weekly videos.
It's been almost all weekly, except for I think 2. We were gone on holidays for 2.
Yeah.
So yeah, otherwise it's been every single week.
And you know, we're really bad at math because 44 videos and 2 weeks of holidays is 46 weeks. And there's 52 weeks in a year. So there was 6 other weeks along the way where we managed to not have a video.
That's funny. And what's really funny is we're both actually good at math.
Yeah, we are. We both do math for a living. So I've picked up on this right away, but this is where bloopers happen, you know, when you just don't get it quite right and that it's funny later. Yeah, exactly.
But this is September 30th that we're doing this, and we didn't start until October 15th. So there's 2 weeks right there.
There's 2 more weeks.
So we've almost gone a full year, but you know, just in our defense, our math isn't that bad.
And sometimes we did 2 videos over 3 weeks. There was a 10-day gap between the videos. So it did spread itself out.
Yeah.
It's basically been a year doing this, and you know, it's not the year. It's actually been a combination of curious and terrifying watching Angie spend anywhere from 10 to 18 hours a week either preparing for, doing, or recovering from downloading the videos. It's been huge. It's been a complete part-time job.
Yeah, it really has been.
To go along with the full-time job that she normally works. She's been glued to the computer. Of course, I've just been buzzing around her, trying to keep up to everything that's going on and paying attention when I'm supposed to pay attention, and learning when I'm supposed to learn, and read ahead when I'm supposed to read ahead. And all of a sudden, a video would happen. We'd drive out someplace, or downstairs we'd come, or in front of the Angel, or out at the front window, or outside on the rocks.
All over the place.
So, do we want to start into it?
Well,
I'd like to do we've got a recap here of all the videos. Just a quick little blurb to talk about them, and some will have some bloopers inserted along the way, and there'll be some stories to go along. Some of the videos were just simple, and others not so simple.
Yes. So what I wanted to do first is explain how we even decided to do a bloopers video. It was never our plan until we got to video number 27, and we're going to go through, like Rob showed, one at a time. We're going to tell you a little bit about each video, and then we'll insert the bloopers as they happened in those videos. But it wasn't until video number 27, when we had the spider incident, which we have referenced many times now, that we had the idea, we're like, we have to show that. That was too funny not to show. So then we started keeping all the videos, but we even had been keeping them beforehand, not in any intention of showing them. It's more just, I'm not like a pack rat with stuff, but I'm a pack rat when it comes to pictures and videos and memories, because we don't have a lot of that from our past, from our 20 years ago. So I'm like, I'm not throwing away anything. And little did we know that they would become useful all this time later.
Sometimes these 1 or 2 minute little takes that we do when we're just doing a test, something funny would happen.
Yeah, exactly.
And then we dive into the video and do it straight through, no problem.
Yeah.
Yeah, but when you've got your guard down and you know you're not going to put this on the internet, well, of course you have a little bit of fun during the odd test video.
Yes.
Wait a minute, some of that stuff is going on the internet.
So on that note, we're going to go step by step with each video and tell you a little bit about it. We're going to do that, though, not with us in the picture, but with each image of the video, so you can kind of get refreshed as to what the video was about. So we will be right back to share more. Okay, so this was our very first video that we ever did. This was October 15th of 2017 that we started this video. And this was after we were first called to do videos and share our story.
Okay, and the location that we did it at was at a place called Peninsula on the lower Kananaskis Lakes.
Yes.
We had drove and drove and drove and stopped and drove and stopped and trying to look for a place to do this. And one of my favorite places, as we were coming to the end of the gravel road that we were on, it's about a 60-kilometer long road. We were coming to one of my favorite places, and we were running out of places to stop. And I'm really glad that we chose this place because it was secluded, it was quiet, had a beautiful backdrop, and
it worked perfectly. So what is so funny about this path is what I've said so many times, divine timing. We probably tried before this location, what, 2, 3, 4 spots?
Probably 4 spots.
And just nothing was working. There was either too much wind or there was people around. And of course, because it was our first video, we wanted it to be like the right spot, we didn't want interruptions. We were all nervous to do this. But it worked perfectly when we went to this spot. It was private enough. We had no interruptions. And the divine timing part of it is when we got back in the truck after doing just the quick video, we just did a quick introductory kind of thing saying who we were and what our intent was that we're going to start sharing our story and videos. But when we got back in the truck, it was 5:55 p.m., which was just such perfect divine, I was going to say intervention, but I guess it's not really intervention.
It's a timing.
But yes, it was perfect timing to get that sort of message of, okay, this is your new path and here's the change. You're starting. So it was perfect.
And then on the way back, when we got to a lake that overlooks Canmore on the Trans-Canada Highway, we got another reverse sunset.
Yes.
There was clouds to the east of us. The sun was going down in the west because now it was closer to 7 o'clock. And we got the reflection off the back of the cloud coming back at us across the lake.
Which we hadn't seen this phenomenon since the first day we met back in 1997. So it was almost like the universe was just giving us a reward for, hey, you've stepped up to the plate, you've honored the call, here's a little reward to tell you you're on the right path.
I sometimes don't read a lot into messages. A message really has to slap me up the side of the head before I'll pay attention to it. And I really paid attention to that. That was just a lot of affirmation to me that, yep, we had got started, continue on.
Yes. So now for our next video, this was our very first actual story video. And what we had decided to do was each tell our own story from before we met each other, just because our life and our life experiences were going to impact the journey and the story we were going to start sharing through our whole video series. So I went first, and I specifically chose to do mine in Banff. Number one, because I love the energy in Banff. It's just so healing for me. But also because a lot of my story before meeting Rob happened in Banff. One of the things is that's where I felt the call to move to Calgary, which is where I met Rob only like a month after moving to Calgary. So I shared my whole story of like who I was and what my life experiences were before even meeting Rob. in this first video. And again, the synchronicities of that one were just amazing. Again, we had to try, I think, 3 locations before we found something that would work, because there was wind factors, there was, again, privacy, because there's people around. I mean, it's Banff, right? There's always people. So we ended up...
Yeah, we were right above the bottom edge of Bow Falls. Bow Falls it's a long, steep, tumbling set of falls, multiple sections of it, and we literally walked down 2/3 of the way down the riverbank from a parking lot, and got onto a little ridge just overlooking the bottom of the falls, and no one was going to come down to where we were.
No. But again, the synchronicity of how this one worked, did we have any idea back then in October of last year that we were going to be called to do a workshop? No, we did not. Did we have any idea that our workshop was going to be in Banff, only a 5-minute walk away from this exact spot where we did our video? We definitely did not. So once again, yes, there was challenges in finding the right spot, and yes, we had to do a few trials, but now reflecting back, just amazing how it all worked out. And that's just so typical of this journey.
It was a great spot.
It was a perfect spot.
And, you know, to walk down there again, we'd be going, why did we go way down here? It was steep. It was there was roots, there was rocks, and we made it.
And as you can see, maybe from the video, between our heads there is the Banff Springs Hotel, which is just a stunning, world-renowned hotel in the background. It's like a castle. It's absolutely gorgeous. And what's also funny is we were not at all sophisticated to this whole video thing yet. So I did not know that I could actually capture a nice image of us from the video. So that's why we have little funny, weird faces.
There was a huge technological learning curve through this whole process. Every video had something in it where there was aha moments with technology to make it a little bit better. And then just when you'd go ahead and try to rely on something, oh, it would change or not do what it had done previous videos.
Yeah, it was all learning.
Learning curve. So then we did video number 2. It's interesting that it looks like an inside video because it really started out as an outside video. We drove back to Banff and went out just another road to a different lake, a place called Two Jack Lake. And we walked down to the shoreline, and there's just a spot where there's a few picnic tables, but we moved away from them and went out to the shoreline. There was about a 6-foot section between the water and where the actual grass of the shore is, where there's some rocks. And we plunked ourselves down right in that area, and we did my video. I got to tell my story of where I came from, who I was, and everything else. And then we got home and realized that there had been some wind blowing, and we were on that learning curve again to do with technology. The little built-in microphone on our computer had wind whistling through it all the way through, and it had totally obliterated my voice in numerous spots. So, well, that one just got set aside, and we just did the video at home.
Yeah, we had to redo the whole thing.
Redid the whole thing, and it turned out really good.
It did.
No wind.
Yes. But it's so unfortunate the first one didn't work because it was beautiful.
Oh.
It was such a pretty spot. There was Rundle Mountain in the background and sun shining, and you could see the water.
It was sparkling.
And I'm so sad. Again, this was our inexperience from the beginning. I did not keep that video, at which I'm surprised because I've kept everything. But oddly enough, I did not keep that video. I don't even have an image of it to show you, but it was really, really pretty. So, learning curve once again.
Video number 3. We got into the actual story of us.
Yes.
We did that one at the fireplace where we're at right now.
Yeah.
It was cold. It was winter.
It was starting winter, yes. Yeah, it was now into November.
We're into November, and November around this part of the world starts to turn wintry. So, yeah, okay, by the fireplace, it was nice, and I thought it was a great video.
And I also wanted to do it by the fireplace because we were talking about when we met. So, I mean, you can see from the picture, and you've probably seen in other of our videos, that we have our love up top of the fireplace. And it just seems so appropriate to talk about twin flame love with fire, flames, and love on the fireplace, because we were talking about the magic of meeting. In fact, that was the title of that video, was The Magical Mountain Meeting. So we were talking about our first day together and the magic and just, you know, what it's like when you first meet your twin flame.
Sort of reminds me of the Bob Seger song called The Fire Inside.
There you go.
So, video number 4, the love story. Again, in front of the fireplace.
This is before we got creative and thought to do other spots.
We were thinking we would just do all of our videos in front of the fireplace, but by this point, you know, we were also starting to think, you know, there's other spots. We can look out windows or maybe go snowshoeing, but we hadn't started to do that yet because winter hadn't really kicked in. So we were in front of the fireplace again. Yes.
Now, speaking of snowshoeing, this is where it gets exciting. It's unfortunate that this image doesn't show up well, but for those of you that have been watching our story from the very beginning, you may remember this one. This was titled The Runner and the Chaser.
And this was done at a place called Shark Mountain along the Smith-Dorian Spray Lakes Trail. I'll be saying that Smith-Dorian Spray Lakes Trail numerous times because we drove that road numerous times.
And we did a lot of videos along there.
We certainly did.
Yeah.
This particular time, we drove it up to a parking lot where it's a trailhead for places for snowshoeing and or hiking. But it was snowing too much to do our video outside, so all we did was opened up the back hatch of my hatchback vehicle, and we crawled inside the hatch. We put the computer on the back seats facing back out through the hatch, and there we were, hatch open, doing a video with the snow falling in the background and lots of snow on the ground and a bit more snow in the trees.
It was awesome. Oh my God.
That would be a setting that I would redo.
Totally.
There's lots of our settings that I would redo, but that one, back of the vehicle, that was, we didn't think about back then about doing behind the scenes pictures.
No,
unfortunately. But that one completely deserved it.
We almost, if we can, we should sometime go recreate that just to do the behind the scenes, because that was the coolest idea. Rob came up with that idea.
I said, well, we could just sit in the back of the vehicle. We'll be sheltered.
And it was like we were inside of a snow globe, because, I mean, it's snowing. You know, you can see this beautiful snow coming down, but it's not touching us, and it's not touching the computer. It was brilliant. I love that one.
Okay, video number 6, the fun before the fall. Yeah, we've got a very steep backyard behind our house, and then there's a couple of retaining walls that are made out of, I'm going to say, giant, big, flat boulders. They'd be the size of, well, boy, how do you describe it? The size of a standard love seat, except these boulders are only about 18 inches tall. So imagine the love seat without the arms and without the back, just the base and the cushions on it. And we went up and sat on top of these retaining walls with the excellent clouds that were in the background and the sun going down behind us. And we had another great video on the back, or on the rocks in our backyard.
Yeah. And it's interesting, we're outdoors people, obviously. I mean, you've seen enough of our videos, you know that. But we never really thought we'd do our videos outdoor. It just started kind of happening. We just were like, well, why don't we try here? Why don't we try there? So it just became a fun little adventure to try doing videos. And you know, most of the time they worked.
That day it started out cool and cloudy. And then it steadily improved. And I wasn't going to be inside when it was actually nice outside.
No, in fact, you can see from the video image, it was beautiful out.
Yeah, I had my jacket unzipped, which was pretty good.
Yeah.
Pretty good for that time of the year. Video number 7.
Yeah, this one, it was called The Angel Lady and the Drill Sergeant. This is when we were talking about how things started to get rocky between Rob and I, because I was starting to see angels and he was really intense into work. So I really wanted to do this one in front of our angel water fountain, just because it seemed appropriate, because I was talking about my very first experiences of seeing angels.
This was one of our first videos that we ran into real technological troubles.
Yep.
We had got through most of the video, and of course we'd had a bunch of videos before this, and we'd been saving them and saving them and saving them, and a few of the outtakes and a few of the tests and whatnot. This particular video, we got most of the way through it, and we ran out of room on the hard drive. It stopped recording.
Yes.
So Angie had to delete a bunch of stuff. Actually, she moved it onto a different hard drive.
Yeah, which is why actually, and I think I did delete some stuff, which is why we don't have any bloopers in these first ones, because I just started deleting them. I didn't know, or I didn't think to save them on an external hard drive. I was just in a panic because we had to redo the video now.
So yeah, this was another video where we had to start all over.
Yep, this was our second one that we redid the entire video.
And I don't recall accurately, but I think we had also had a couple of stumbles along the way. I think this was actually one that was a third or a fourth try before we got.
It might have been
before we got a keeper.
Yeah, it was a bit rocky, but we still made a good video out of it. Made it work.
Video number 8, the roller coaster.
Yes, and this one again. We had already done the last video in front of angels, but I wanted more angels because, again, in this video, in our story, we were going to be talking about angels. In the story of this one, we were talking about how Rob and I were really starting to struggle back in our journey in 1997. And we were at his work one night. It was a Sunday, and he was so busy and stressed at work that he had to go back to work after we were in the mountains. And we were not really arguing, but we were having tense conversations. So we both decided we're not even going to speak. I was going to write in my journal. He was going to work. And all of a sudden, the room just filled with love. And I could see angels all above our head. And so that's why we had to have this spot. This is actually our bedroom. This is the only video we've done in our bedroom.
Yeah. Most people do a video in a bedroom and it's not just about angels. But no, honest, this was just about angels. Thank you very much.
So yes, those angels always hang in our bedroom, and I just thought it was appropriate to have them there because we were talking about angels again in the video.
Yeah. All right, video number 9. The Rift of Despair.
This was another one that we did outside in our backyard, in a different location of our backyard.
Yeah, we've got numerous different spots in our backyard where we could include houses, not include houses, look out towards the mountains, check out clouds. We've got numerous different shots. We're very, very fortunate.
Yes.
And it was a cold day, so we stayed at home, but it wasn't too cold to stop us from going outside to do the video.
Yeah, we were kind of determined anytime we could do a video outside, we did. And as you've seen, and you will see some more, even in the middle of winter, we were doing them outside. So this is the very first blooper that we have. So we're going to show you that now, and then we'll carry on with the rest of the videos.
Hello, I am Rob.
And I'm Angie.
And together we are TwinFinity.
We are twin flames in union who have been called to share our videos. Nope. This was video number 10 called The Firing.
We did this one in front of our Christmas tree. It was very symbolic because, first of all, it was Christmas time that we were actually doing this video. And second of all, we were talking about the firing, which was done right after Christmas.
Yes.
Okay, would have been early 1998.
So why the firing? This is when Rob fired me or broke up with me.
Yeah, this was a tough video to do.
It was. We both were reminiscing that morning before doing the video, and we were actually crying in bed together, thinking about that time in our lives.
Yeah, it was just such a sad time, and we had all day to pull it back together, but still, you know, when you're talking about sad times, once in a while it does overwhelm you a bit. That was the first of what was going to be numerous videos that would have tough moments from either a stress point of view or from a sadness point of view.
I read a lot of journals and cried a lot through this process.
Video number 11.
This one was called Spirit Speaks.
That, again, was done in our living room. We, I can't remember what angle we used in our living room, but it was very, very cold outside. This is now midwinter, time to hide inside.
Yes. Yeah, this was early January because, of course, it was just after Christmas that we did this one, I think. So, yeah, it was too cold to be outside.
Video number 12. We had a little bit of nice weather come along. It was still cloudy, but it wasn't bitterly cold. It was just a little bit colder than freezing, and it was midwinter, and we went to a place called Hogarth Lakes. And we just did a snowshoe trip like we normally would, except I hauled along all the video equipment with
Rob
us.
was very dedicated and has been through so many of these, carrying a computer and
2 blankets and a towel and a couple of baggies full of stuff.
Journals.
Yes, sometimes there was 20 pounds of extra stuff in my backpack. And yeah, we found a beautiful spot on a small island in the trees, and the trees had an opening so that we could get the video to show what was behind us. It was just a fantastic spot. This was one of the first times that we thought, hey, we should have taken a picture of where we were. We packed up, we started to walk away, and I looked back over my shoulder and I went, man, we should have taken a picture of that spot, because we had to pack down the snow to make a spot for us. So when we got done packing down the snow, we had compressed it, close to 2 feet down. So I left a beautiful edge to put the computer on. And yeah, I had a cheesy moment during that video. I chose to nibble away on a granola bar in the middle of the video.
Yeah,
I was hungry.
You remember that? I'm reading away in my journal and I look over and Rob's eating. And I'm like, are you kidding me? You're eating in the middle of the video?
I'm just having a snack. It wasn't my moment. I didn't want to leave the screen, so yum.
I guess he deserved it because he had packed in through all that snowshoeing, all the stuff that we talked about, the computer and the journals and everything. So you deserved a snack.
Yeah.
So we do have a test video that we did from that one. Of course, because it was outside, we had to test if it would all work. And we're going to show you that little bit now as well.
Hi, this is us just doing a test.
To see if we can hear us with our blanket covering the computer.
Yeah. You'll even tuck it over more for better protection.
Yeah.
See if we can cover.
No, too covered. No, we can't see us.
No, I could see us. We're all good.
No.
All right, we could stop.
This is video number 13. It was called The Crash.
We were doing this one in our living room. It was the middle of winter, long ways away before spring yet. This was a very hard video for me to do because it was talking about my crash. It was talking about a time that between lots of work pressures and then the breakup that Angie and I were going through. Yes, I had fired her quite a bit before my crash, but still we were once in a while still seeing each other, still being in touch. And that was very, very hard on me. It overloaded me. I burnt out. I literally crashed, ended up on antidepressants, and it was a hard story for me to tell because you sometimes don't want to talk about the times in your life where you failed, where you weren't tough enough. But it felt really good to do the video because it also showed some of the sides that were not so ego-based and so masculine in me.
And it just also shows how the masculine is affected by this whole twin flame dynamic as well. Those of you on the feminine side, of course, you may not be seeing your masculine as he's going through this, but they do go through their own challenges in this process. Absolutely. So this next video was number 14, called The Karmic Calamity. We did this one by our angel water fountain. It was a good place to do it. It was nice. It was calming, even though the story was not calm. Oh, this was a hard story for me to have to tell. Yeah, this was a story about me having Angie in my life still, even though I was crashed and burnt out. And also my karmic one was in my life. So yeah, that was again another time where I was not very well balanced. I had both of them in my life at the same time. Yep. And it's funny, we just talked about video number 41 that we recently did that references this video, and we were talking about how interesting it was that they were video 14 and 41, the synchronicity of that whole thing. So we'll get to that more when we get to video 41 though. And this was number 15, called Poetry from Above with Messages of Love. You'll notice there's a bunch of my angels in the background. Those angels are usually in our bedroom up top of my dresser. But I pulled them all down because if you're going to be talking about angels and poetry, you got to have angels in your video.
And we had a beautiful snowy background right out of our front window down the street that runs directly away from us. It was just a beautiful backdrop.
It was so pretty.
Oh, I really enjoyed doing that one.
Now the fun of this one is this is where our behind the scenes pictures started. Why we got the idea to do behind the scenes pictures on this video is because the craziest plan that Rob had, you can't obviously see it from here, but the computer is sitting on top of a chair and the chair is sitting on top of the ottoman and we are then sitting on the floor. We had to do it this way in order to not get so much back reflection from the snow outside. It was the only way we could still show the outside picture without all of the reflection of the snow coming back, and it was just hilarious. So I took pictures, and then behind the scenes pictures just evolved from there.
Yeah, it was right about here that we started to lament the previous videos where we hadn't taken the pictures, especially Hogarth Lakes.
Yes.
Yeah.
And this one was video number 16 called The Lasting Love Letters. We did this one in our kitchen with the backdrop of the snow behind us. It was beautifully snowing outside. And
yeah, we've been having some troubles with our computer.
With our computer.
We had figured out that the cooling fan in our computer had been coming on and it had been messing with our audio. So I got the idea of putting the laptop on a bag of frozen vegetables to keep it cool so that the fan wouldn't kick in. That soon started a trend, whether it was outside or inside, of having the frozen veggies with us everywhere that we went.
And that is also what then solidified behind the scenes pictures. That's also where we did another set of behind the scenes pictures because it was hilarious to see our computer sitting on a bag of frozen vegetables on our kitchen table. I mean, who does that? What we later learned, though, too, was that we were using the wrong program to record videos. Again, we were newbies at all this. We had no idea.
The program we were using was taking up like 80% of the hard drive, and it was working really hard and getting very hot. And there was other programs out there that would only use 15 or 20% of the hard drive. And once we switched over to that, things went much better.
Yeah, but until then, we had frozen veggie fun.
Yep.
So this is where we have another fun little blooper to show you.
Hello, I'm Rob.
And I'm Angie.
And together, we are TwinFinity.
This was video number 17 called The Purging Process, and we ended up having a bit of fun with this one.
We did this one in front of our butterfly tree. Of course, when you're talking about a purging process, which is all about change, you know, butterflies, you know, they start out as caterpillars and they become butterflies. So they go through a change too. We did this video, but we struggled with it. We realized once we'd got it done the first time that we'd missed a couple of things and a couple of points that we really wanted to say. So we set ourselves back up and did it all over again a second time.
Yes, and because we had to do it a second time, I was kind of frazzled and I just couldn't get it together. So we have two goofy little bloopers to show on this one with me just messing up and giggling, and it was just a mess. So we'll show you those now.
Hello, I'm Rob.
And I'm Angie.
And together, we are TwinFinity.
We're twin flames in union, sharing our journey through a series of videos. This is now video number 17, and it's called The Purging Process. You'd think I would know that by now, but I need still help.
Still help?
Still help.
Hello, I'm Rob.
And I'm Angie.
And together, we are TwinFinity. What happened?
This was video 18 called The Tests of Trust.
And this was at our dining room table with our Believe picture.
We were starting to run out of ideas of doing indoor sort of videos and like backdrops and stuff. And then I had this brilliant idea, well, since we're talking about tests, tests usually require, tests of trust usually require having to believe. So I took this picture off of the wall that we have hung on our wall of us with our mountains and our Believe sign. And I thought, okay, we'll just throw behind us this whole picture.
Yep. It worked out really well. That was again another great video.
Yep.
Easily done.
And this one, number 19, was the lockout. Again, I was starting to lose ideas on what to do. So we put locks on the table. That's all I could come up with.
Locks to go with Angie's lockout. So I thought it was a great idea. She thought it was cheesy. No, worked for me. That's actually my sense of humor. And speaking of which sense of humor, my sense of humor run a little bit amok.
Oh my goodness. This is where the bloopers get funny.
Yeah, so yeah, we got some bloopers on this one. We had a couple of tests, and then I started to play around a bit.
Yeah, Rob had fun. So we'll show you guys those ones.
Hello, I'm Rob.
And I'm Angie.
And this is a test.
We're testing the volume. We want to see how loud we have to talk. I'm trying to talk fairly normal to see if it's okay on sound.
And I'll just talk nice and quiet because I'm talking about gentle stuff.
Okay.
But
look how far away we are. We're
way back. We're actually just not talking heads this time. We're almost half people.
We're bodies.
I'll have to say that.
Okay.
We're way back from the camera. There's me. I'm real
You
here.
should explain why, because there's a picture right above us, and we don't want the picture in our video.
There's a picture above us that we're not going to have in this video, but will be important in a different video. Hello, I'm Rob.
And I'm Angie.
And together we are TwinFinity. Hi, I'm Rob.
I was finally ready to do it. What was that? Take 4. This was video number 20 called The Ascension Process.
We did this one as part of a snowshoe trip to Sherbrooke Lake. We went in the 3.5 to 4 kilometers to the lake, and we went out onto the lake. My thought was we were going to walk right out to the middle of the lake, which is about a 10-minute hike to get to the middle, because it's a fairly big lake. I wanted to go right to the middle of the lake and plunk down in the lake and on the ice and have a good video. It was windy.
Very windy.
And wind was not our friend. There was actually little wind drifts happening out there. It was so windy. So we had to give up on that plan, and we came back down the trail about 3 or 4 minutes and found this spot in the trees where we were a bit sheltered, and again packed down a spot in the snow not far away from the trail, and got into our video.
Yep, and this one actually worked out really well in the spot we were in. It was really funny. It was one of our first kind of videos where we experienced another person, and we're like, oh God, what do we do? Like, we're halfway through a video. We're not going to quit. So we just chatted with the guy as we're in the middle of the video and just casually kept going with our video. It was really kind of fun.
Yep. Then he got out to the lake and turned around and come back. Well, we were still doing our video, and we went, hi, there's our person again.
We waved at him again.
Waved one more time, and away he went.
Yep. Oh, this was one of my favorites. This was video number 21. We titled it The Rebuilding Process.
Yes, this one was at Emerald Lake. And we got to walk most of the way across Emerald Lake before we finally stopped. We were getting close to the shore, but we had the entirety of the frozen lake behind us, frozen snowy lake. It was a warm day, again, jacket unzipped. The sun was brilliant behind us, streaming in light.
Oh, so beautiful.
That was just a fantastic place to do a video.
I had never snowshoed at Emerald Lake before, and I mean, it was wonderful just to do that, but even more amazing to do a video out on the middle of Emerald Lake. Just stunning out there.
We had a thought that we were going to come back in summer and jump in a canoe and paddle out to approximately that same spot and do another video. That just never worked out for us.
No, it didn't.
We never got back there.
Sad about. We still have to do a video out there sometime, though.
We will find the right video in the right time. We will just be out there again, and yes, there will be a canoe video.
There has to be, absolutely. Now, this one was video number 22, and we had titled that one "The Void of Emptiness and Disconnection."
We just needed a spot to do a video, so we went into Angie's sacred space. I'll get that spat out. And it was just a nice spot. I don't get to go into the Reiki room very much. I go in there to vacuum. But most of the time, Angie's doing stuff in there, and I just leave that spot alone. It's her space.
Yeah, it was just neat, actually. I don't even know why specifically we picked that room, but it was fun to do a video in my Reiki room with, of course, my angels. They're everywhere in our house. And not that you can really tell from that picture, but the dog is actually on my lap. I meditate in that room every night, and she loves meditation time. So the minute I'm sitting on my futon in that room, she thinks it's like meditation time. So she was on my lap for a lot of that video. And this was video number 23, The Blessings of Soulmates and Karmic Partners. This was a fun one to do.
Yeah, we had a picture behind us that says, trust that you are never alone.
And we kind of chose that because, you know, when we were talking about the blessings of soulmates and karmic partners, it just seemed to fit. Because so many people on this journey are like, well, you know, should I be with this other person? I really just want to be with my twin. And it's like, you know what? You are never alone, and you have guidance all the way along. Even if you aren't with your twin and you're with someone else, there's a reason and a divine purpose for them to be in your life. So it was just, there's always meaning, as you know, from our videos and our scenery. We try to have like a sort of a message or a purpose to each little place that we go. And this now, oh yeah, this was another great one.
Elephant Rocks. I'd always wanted to take Angie to the Elephant Rocks.
Yeah.
I would have preferred to have done it in summertime the first time, but it turned out that actually seeing them in winter.
Oh, it's incredible.
The Elephant Rocks with 4 or 5 feet of snow on top of them is like marshmallow on top.
Yes.
Another beautiful day. There was some clouds, but it was not cold at all.
No, it was gorgeous out. We had a lot of fun on that snowshoe trip.
Yep, talking about the love that won't die, and it was that was just that was a nice day for us.
Yeah, that was really fun.
It was about an hour and 45-minute hike to get to that spot on our snowshoes.
Yeah.
Yeah, beautiful day, long day.
And this was another snowshoe day. This was video number 25, called The Healing That Happens During Separation.
Yeah, this was Stanley Glacier. I think that of all the places that we did videos, I think this one probably garnished the most comments.
Yes.
From people saying, wow, that was a beautiful backdrop. I'd been there a couple of times in summer. I'd snowshoed in there once, but I'd never surveyed it as far as being a backdrop to a video. And we got to one of the spots, and I was thinking, whoa, this is it. This is the spot to do the video. We were just up on a little bit of a ridge.
Yeah.
And it was a great day.
Oh, it was beautiful. And I'd never been there, so it was a wonderful experience for me just to be there, but then to be able to do a video and have it be so sunny and, you know, the beautiful snow backdrop in the background. It was beautiful.
I think that video, I was more concerned about getting a sunburn on my head.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, I made that comment. Do I have to wear a hat? No, let's not wear a hat. I might get a sunburn. Yeah, so we boogied through that one. There is a blooper on that one. We're going to combine it with the next video.
Yeah. And just, it's not really a blooper. It's more of a test. We started doing some tests out in, you know, when we were in the mountains to make sure our audio would work, make sure there wasn't too much wind.
And video bits too, make sure that they were all working. We'd had enough struggles and failures that we were starting to test everything.
Yeah, we were starting to get smart. So we'll show you that test, but we got one more to talk about before we add that in. This was video number 26, called The Soul Activation.
Yep, in front of another window. Looks like one of our front windows again.
Yes.
Yep, rainy out. Hey, it must have been spring.
Yeah, it was springtime. It was rainy, so we stayed home and we're like, well, we'll try this. And unfortunately, we didn't know until after some more experience. It wouldn't show so bad when we were recording the video. But once it was recorded and we uploaded it, it would show really dark when we were in front of a window. So we started learning after a while that maybe in front of the windows aren't such a good idea.
Of course, it was about this time, too, that I was going, hey, wait a minute, it's spring. Aren't we done yet? No, we're a long ways away to be done. I was saying, hey, Ange, what have we got? Another 3 or 4 videos left? It's springtime now. Have we not done our 20 videos or whatever we wanted to do? And she'd look at me as if to say, yeah, we're about halfway through. And I was thinking, oh, wow, this is going to take till the end of summer. well, we were still having a ton of fun.
Yes, we were.
The videos themselves are still a hoot to make.
And you'll see from this test and the test from the previous video, we were having fun.
Hi, this is a test from Stanley Glacier Trail. Got a little bit of wind, got a little bit of sunshine. Hopefully we're not too far away, and hopefully we're not too muffled. This has been a test.
A test, and only a test.
Hi, this is a lighting test. Which is really odd because I'm talking, and you don't need to talk to have a lighting test. So
And there's no lighting outside.
and there's no lightning outside.
Lightning or lighting? This was video number 27, which was called The Path to Union Part 1. It was probably our most challenging video to do.
We had an idea of where we wanted to do the video, but then it didn't work there. And we were struggling with volume issues, so then we just bailed from our first spot, which overlooked downtown, and went out to a second spot where we never even took any pictures. It was a gas plant out west of town by about 45 minutes from the first spot. And then we went out to a place called Ghost Lake that was still frozen. It looks like it's got waves in the background, but they're not moving. That's because it's just snow on ice, and it looks like waves. And we have numerous cuts from that particular day. We're going to show you some of the clips first, and then we're going to come back and describe the last two and go back to them.
Yes. Now, before we show you those clips, we just want to explain what the problem was with our volume. We didn't know this until later, but every time the computer would do an update, it would change the computer volume back to the default settings. And we didn't know this, so we couldn't figure out why the volume was so low. Well, we finally figured it out after many videos.
There's an internal volume setting somewhere, and boy, was that ever nice to find. Hi, this is us. We are just doing a test. We got a little bit of Calgary in the background, and we're trying to figure out whether or not between Deerfoot Trail, which is, you know, a 6-lane to 8-lane highway in the background, and we have our airport that way, so once in a while there'll be a plane flying over. We're just doing a little bit of a test to see whether or not this spot, which would show off mountains in the background and our fine city that we live in, trying to see whether or not this is going to work at all. So, all right, this has been sort of a test. The only thing we didn't have was the airplanes. Oh, well.
Yeah, and we had like 3 flying over before, and now that we need one, there's nothing.
We didn't need an airplane.
Oh.
Well, we kind of should have had one, but we don't.
Okay.
So, okay, end of test.
Is this the speaker here? If I talk way over here, does that make it louder than if I'm over here? I don't think the speaker's up here, but let's see if that's the case too. There's nowhere else for a speaker to be.
Can I be nitpicky?
Okay,
It's a microphone.
fine.
Hi. Now this is a test. Probably we call it test number 18 for today.
I was going to say 18.2. That's good. We picked the same
Okay.
number. That's funny.
Yeah, it's been one of these days.
Nothing's working.
Volume's been the issue. So anyway, we probably can hear the train in the background now that we got the sensitivity of the microphone turned way up. But that's okay.
And the dam is off. Did you notice that? It's not making a bunch of noise now.
If you stood up, it would be making noise because then your ears would be over the hill. This is why I came over here.
Got it.
So the sound is actually just about 10 feet above us.
You came over ear.
I came over ear. We can turn this off. Hi, I'm Rob.
And I'm Angie.
And together, we are TwinFinity.
We are twin flames in union, sharing our journey through a series of videos. This is now video number 27. It's called The Path to Union Part 1, and this part is about healing past lives. But before we get into all that, Rob's going to, of course, as usual, tell us where we are.
We are supposed to do the recap first.
Oh, sure, we can do that first.
Okay.
Or you could tell us where we are. It don't matter.
I'd like to do the recap first.
By the way, we're having a really rough day. We're just a mess today, so we're going to try and pull this video off.
I'm surprised. See, there I am. I'm surprised. I'm surprised that I didn't drive here via like straight across the farmers' fields. Just really tired today.
Yep.
But anyway, this could be a lot of fun.
You know what? We're having computer issues already. It's making loud noises already.
I can hear it.
Yes.
The little fan is on.
Okay, so this is still video number 27. This is where we finally solved the volume issue and figured out what the problem was. So we start over again for the 4th, 5th, 6th, I don't know what time.
Oh, it was just getting to be repetitive. It was becoming obvious that we were going to be spending most of our day just doing a video.
Yes. So we get into the video, and even though we're struggling and we're stumbling, we just keep moving on anyway. We're like, you know what? We just got to get this video done. We get probably a couple minutes into it, and then we have more problems. Volume's no longer the issue, but now we have our fan starting up because we have our overheating problem again, because still at that point we hadn't figured out that we were using the wrong program to record our videos. So then we had to stop again.
Yeah, then we did one more try by the edge of Ghost Lake, and I have what's called arachnophobia. I am terrified of spiders. And we got about 20 minutes into this take number, what felt like 1 million. And a rather large spider for these parts crawled down onto the computer. I was watching it. You're going to see me watching and being all distracted. And then finally it crawls down onto the computer. I'm going, well, this is no good. And then it makes a run at us. It zips probably about a foot in a span of 3 seconds. I'm done. I can't take this anymore.
So then we're finally like, okay, we're clearly done doing the video today. It's just not working. So we quit, we go home, we're thinking we're done, and then we're like, okay, you know what, let's just give it one last shot. It's still a beautiful night. We'll go up in the backyard again behind the rocks and try again. We're all good, we're all fine, we're starting our video, and then I'm screwing up because I'm so flustered. I mean, this has been all day now that we have tried to do this video.
This has been like 9 in the morning till 6 o'clock in the evening. The sun's going down behind us. We got one final shot to actually do a video. And Angie got slightly frustrated.
Yes.
Okay.
So finally, though, we actually end up doing the video. This is the great thing about this journey. It teaches you persistence, right? You got to keep going, even when you want to give up. And we're so grateful that we did keep going because it finally worked. We had a beautiful sun behind us. The sun, as you can see from the picture, was just gorgeous. And it was like shining rainbows all through the video. And not only that, we ended up having deer. We get deer in our yard all the time. But we didn't think we'd ever have deer in the middle of our video. We were able to turn the camera around and show you guys the deer that were walking through the yard. It was stunning. Did we have to go through all that grief to get deer in our video? We had hoped not, but that's part of the journey, right?
Hey, I could have gone golfing for the first half of that day. But no, it was actually my plan to go golfing for the second half of that day, but the day took over.
If Spirit would have just said, you know what, don't worry, don't go through all the challenges, just go for your day and do your video at home in the evening, we would have been really glad for that instead of spending our entire day trying to get a video done. But it worked in the end, and it was beautiful.
It was still, I've said this too many times today, I'm going to say it again. When the final product came out, it was a great video.
Yes.
Very happy with it.
So we'll show you the spider blooper that we've been talking about for a long time now.
Yeah.
And I said, at the top of the pyramid, I see flames, a heart, and a thunderbolt. And I said, I'm wearing thin material, orange, with coins that make noise. And she's like, yes, because she could see what I was seeing. Fascinating. So I said, I see myself tall, thin, pretty, and brown, with long hair in a braid, and an X symbol on my forehead, with something dangling. And it gives off a unique reflection that's symbolic somehow. She said, oh, what?
Spider.
Whoa, God. Okay, I guess we're ending that video. It started to go loud again anyway,
yeah.
So. Oh.
It leapt off the computer.
Oh, God.
It was on the blanket, then it was on the computer, and then it leapt down. Hi, I'm Rob.
And I'm Angie.
And together, we are TwinFinity.
We're Twin Flames in Union, sharing our journey through a series of videos. This is now video number 27. It's called The Path to Union Part 1 because it's too long to do in just one part. So there's Part 1 and going to be Part 2. So Part 1 is past life healing.
What was that?
This is video number 28. We had called this one The Path to Union Part 2. And this one we had some fun with.
We got up at like 5:30 in the morning and started driving at 5:45 in the morning. We wanted to catch the sunrise coming up over downtown Calgary.
And because, of course, it's middle of summer, you got to get up really early to catch the sunrise.
We also got what we would call photo bombed. How about video bombed?
Oh, yeah, right.
Yeah, we're in a dog park, and it's an off-leash dog park, and somebody's dog came over and greeted us in the middle of the video.
Yeah, it was so much fun. We had a good laugh over that one. Now, most of our videos we just do. We don't have take after take and try after try. This one, video 29, I don't know what the problem was, but I could not get it together. First of all, do you want to explain where this one was?
Yeah, this is in behind our place. Well, I've talked before about how I have a big hill in behind our place. If you just go just a little bit outside of our back fences, there's a large set of stairs, about 90 steps of stairs that go from the bottom of the hill to the top of the hill. And we were using that as a background. And we were having troubles with lighting. If we got the good lighting on the stairs, we were too dark. If we got good lighting on us, the stairs were way too bright. So we struggled with that a little bit.
Yeah, so we had a couple tests just to get lighting right between us and the stairs. And the stairs tied in with the story, so that's why we really wanted the stairs in there. But then finally when we got the lighting correct, I couldn't get it together, and we had multiple tries on this video.
And I was thinking, hey, everything was going great, and then Angie would have, the end.
Yeah.
And we got video bombed. Actually, we got audio bombed.
Oh, yes.
By our neighbor. Our neighbor was hearing us talking because we're right behind his fence. And he walks around and says, hey, what are you two up to? Yeah, we're just doing a video. He's like, oh, okay. And then he goes away. Nice guy.
Yes. So yeah, after so many tries to get the video started, we weren't redoing that one, even though we got video bombed. We're like, we'll just keep going. Don't matter.
Yep. Hi, this is us doing a test to see how washed out the stairs are in comparison to us. And this is test number 2. We got the stairs, now we're just worried about us.
Because I think we're going to be too dark. And people have commented that we're too dark in some of our videos. So.
Hi, I'm Rob.
And I'm Angie.
And together, we are TwinFinity.
We're Twin Flames in Union, sharing our journey through a series of videos. This is now video number 29, called The Push to... I don't remember.
Hi, I'm Rob.
And I'm Angie.
And together, we are
TwinFinity. We're Twin Flames in Union, sharing our journey through a series of videos. This is now video number 29, called The Push to Tell Rob That We're Twin Flames. Sorry.
Hi, I'm Rob.
And I'm Angie.
And together, we are TwinFinity.
We're Twin Flames in Union, sharing our journey through a series of videos. This is video number 29, called The Path to... Damn it! This is video number 30. We had called this one The Magic of the 1111 Gateway.
We did this one in Angie's Reiki room. We had an evening where we noticed, like, we've got a glass crackle vase, and it was in our kitchen, and the sunlight was streaming in through the kitchen window, and it was hitting the vase, and it was putting sparkles all over the walls of the kitchen.
Yes.
So we we had to recreate that. We went to Angie's Reiki room and caught the sunlight again off the vase. We had to get the vase in the right place.
Yes, we even had like a box on top of the Reiki table with the vase sitting on the box just so that the vase would catch in the sunlight at the right height because, of course, the sun's going down, right? So we're trying to catch it before it's gone. So we were getting all creative with all this height stuff to try and make it work.
And meanwhile, the sun's moving across the horizon, shining in the window for only a limited amount of time, so we had to get on it.
And I was so excited. If you watched that video, you know I was like squealing like a little kid through that one because I was super excited. Since we're talking about magic in the title of our video, sparkles and magic go together, and I was just so happy to have it work.
Video 31.
This one was called The Meeting and the Melding. So this was all about after I had told Rob we were twin flames and we had decided to meet for the first time. We chose to do this at the spot that we originally met at back then. It's called the Weasel Head at North Glenmore Park. But we ran into some challenges once again.
Yeah, in order to get some privacy, we just dropped over the edge of the riverbank. There's a river that runs right by there. And we were on a sandy hill on the edge of this riverbank. And I didn't realize it, but I was standing on an anthill. So I ended up with like 100 ants on one leg and 50 ants on another. And I was doing the ant dance, and we got out of that spot. We moved another 50 feet or so down the riverbank, and it was still a great spot, but it was ant-free, thankfully.
Yes. And then we're doing our test. We always do a test, especially when we're outside, because you got wind factors and stuff.
But we're noticing the volume's really low again. So we're thinking, okay, maybe we've just got the towel on the wrong way or something, because we always put the towel on if it's windy so we don't get wind in our video. But then it was still really low. And again, at this point, we still hadn't discovered the fact that every time the computer did an update, it would reset the volume back to manufactured settings. And then we had to solve that problem.
And then we moved on to video number 32.
So this one was called The Dream Come True, and we had some fun with this one. This one has some funny bloopers in it.
Yeah, we originally started outside in our backyard on our back deck, but it started to rain on us, so we had to go inside.
Yeah, so the test that we did out on the back deck, I don't know what was going on, but it was really weird how it echoed. So we actually have that one to show you.
We got a little bit of reverberation through the speaker. I think we had the volume too loud.
Oh, maybe.
Yeah. And then when I came in, I must have been too relaxed because I was talking way too slow. Yeah, then I sped it up just a little bit. You get to see the results of that.
Yeah, there's some funny bloopers in this one. So we've combined for this one the tests and the volume stuff that we had from video number 1 and then the bloopers from video number 2.
We'll call that 31 and 32.
Yes.
Hi, this is us, stuck on the side of a hill, not an anthill, this time just a real hill. The anthill was the one earlier. Yeah, I'm shaking my feet, my foot's covered on ants, like 50 to 100 ants all over me. So, yeah, okay, this is a new and improved spot.
You're welcome.
Okay. Buddy. Okay, this is test number 2. Still without ants, but this time with no towel over top of the speaker. Just to see if it's any louder for us.
I'm worried about falling down the hill, but I think it'll be okay.
Yeah, we'll be okay. We might have to shuffle around.
Yeah.
I'll say that.
Okay.
All right.
All right. Try number 2.
And now with the input volume set louder,
Properly.
yay, now we should actually be able to hear ourselves.
Yay. Okay, so try number 3.
Hi, I'm Rob.
And I'm Angie.
And together...
I think we have to wait.
Hi, I'm Rob. Hi, I'm Rob.
It's so squirrely tonight. You had coffee. You're not telling me.
I did not have coffee.
This was video number 33 called Creating the Path to Togetherness.
That day had started out as an attempt to go do a video at a place called Moraine Lake, which is not far from Lake Louise. It's just another beautiful lake, but we got there a little bit too late in the morning. And when you get there too late in the morning, what's happened is too much traffic has already gone down the little road that leads to Moraine Lake, so they closed the road to anything other than tour buses. So we didn't get to go to Moraine Lake. But I had an alternative in mind, and that was to go to a little hill right beside the Chateau Lake Louise at Lake Louise. So we walk over to this little hillside, and the parks people have it all yellow taped off because there'd been a bear there earlier, so we couldn't go there. So we did the half-hour hike to a place called Fairview Lookout, and we went just a little bit beyond the lookout, And we tried setting up at one spot, then we tried setting up at another spot, then we tried setting up at a
Tried
third spot.
few spots.
And then we went back to the first spot, give or take about 10 feet.
Yes.
And that one seemed to be okay. That video, we also got visited by a marmot.
Yes, he was so cute.
Fuzzy creature, yeah, about the size of a small beaver, except it's not a water-based creature.
And even though this one did not turn out at all in the place that we originally tried, it ended up being beautiful. I loved this spot. I mean, you can see even from the picture the color of Lake Louise, and this picture doesn't do it justice at all. The color of Lake Louise is just so beautiful blue.
And there was lots of canoes out on the lake,
yeah,
too. Lots of people out there. It was
a great location. We so enjoyed that video. Then there's this one. Oh my goodness. Video number 34, the endings and the beginnings.
This was a 12-hour journey. Went to a place called Heart Mountain, and we loaded me up with all the stuff, and we scrambled up the front face of Heart Mountain, and it's a heart. The front of the mountain looks like a heart.
Yes.
You can only see that from the road. But when you get to the top of the heart that you can see from the road, the hike to get over to the next ridge, it's a horseshoe-shaped hike. So we get to the top of the heart, yay, it's all great, and then I point over to the ridge at the far side saying, hey, we got to go way over there via this back ridge.
And I wasn't impressed.
Oh, she almost burst into tears because she thought we were just going to go up the front face and back down. So we wanted to do a video up there. I wasn't hauling all that equipment up there for no reason whatsoever.
And I really wanted to do a video up there because what is the mountain called?
It's
Heart Mountain. You can't not do a video on Heart Mountain.
So we're up on the ridge and it's windier than all get-go. It is just windy, 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 windy. And I was thinking we're not going to get to do a video on Heart Mountain.
No, I was so discouraged and I kept asking Spirit, please, like, help us. We really want to do a video here. And I kept being reassured, it's going to work. Don't worry. And I'll be very honest, I was very worried and I was very discouraged because I just did not see any possibility of the weather shifting, of the wind, the rain stopping, and I was just like, nope, forget it. It's not happening.
So to describe Heart Mountain just a little bit more, right where Angie's hood on her rain jacket or windbreaker, it doubles as both, right where it's touching the ridge, that's where we first popped out. That was 2 hours into the hike. We were another 4 hours around the ridge getting to this spot. And this spot just happened to have a little bit of shelter, and it wasn't too windy. We knew we could protect the microphone, and we got to do our video.
And the weather completely shifted, as you can see from the video. Look at the sun in the background. It was stunningly beautiful. This is another one of those divine timing ones where, you know, trial and challenge and hopelessness, and then all of a sudden, poof, it just works. And not only did it work, but we had this gorgeous sun through like so much of the video that just shone rainbows. It was amazing how everything just shifted, just like Spirit said it would. This was another awesome setting. I really enjoyed this one. This was number 35, the fun title, The Booms, The Sex, Lies, and GPS.
Yes, we had originally wanted to go to the Elephant Rocks again and do a summer video as opposed to the winter one done earlier.
Yeah.
Again, bear closures. That whole half of the valley was closed. So we just hiked completely the opposite direction to a place called Burstal Pass. That is, 7 kilometers, a bit over 7 kilometers one way to get to that spot, and it's a lot of uphill. So that was another full day of hiking with a video in the middle. Beautiful spot to do a video,
that was such an enjoyable video spot. Really like that one. And a beautiful, the sunny, gorgeous day. Love that one. And then this one was video number 36, The Madness, the Miracles, and the Move-In.
We had originally, we're saying that a lot, we had originally wanted to do another video showing the downtown of Calgary. We sometimes go walking across the river from downtown, and we get lots of good views. So we wanted to show that off in a video, but that did not work. Everywhere we went, Well, the first spot we went, we didn't realize it, but there was a folk music festival going on that weekend.
Yes.
So there was all the music blaring over the river valley, and of course that wasn't going to work well for a video. So we moved 100 blocks west into a grassy field, and that didn't work either. We just couldn't get everything set up properly to work. There was too much grass. The grass was too tall.
And too much noise from the road down
below. We had a freeway below us. Yeah, that didn't work. We'll show you a blooper out of that spot. We eventually, the next day, went out to a place called Barrier Lake, and that's where the picture was taken from. And that video went off without a hitch.
Yes, that was a perfect spot. We didn't know we had to do 3 tries in the city to finally give up and surrender to this spot. But
Go back out to the mountains where everything seems to work.
So we'll show you our little test video from this one that we ended up not doing from downtown.
Oh, it's recording. Okay, let's see how loud the traffic is. Can we even see downtown somewhere?
We would have
downtown. Oh God, we'd have to hold it really high. So maybe we'll have to be higher up the hill. Oh, that's a problem.
We'd have to put it on top of this.
Yeah, but even on top of this. Okay. Can you lift up the computer? Fuck! He tells me we're just gonna go home.
We're going home!
This is number 37, the Love and Challenges After Union.
We did this one from the shore of one of the many of the Spray Lakes in the Kananaskis. The Smith-Dorian Spray Lakes Trail. I knew I'd say it again. It's a chain of lakes that have been in existence for a long time. Good old mankind has put a few dams in place just to make the lakes a little bit bigger and better for water storage. And we tried to go out to the Elephant Rocks again in summer, and we got turned back again because of bears. So we just kept driving, and we just pulled over to one of the many little access points and walked down the shoreline a couple of minutes, and we had a good spot to do a video right on the edge of the lake.
Yeah, it turned out to be a great spot. And this next one was number 38, The Anxiety, the Ice Axes, and the Narcissist. As you can tell from that title, I was a little nervous about doing that video. There was some challenging stuff we were going to be sharing. So I was kind of goofy in the test that we did for this one, and we're going to show you that little test.
Yep, we had gone to a place called Big Hill Springs Provincial Park. It's a fairly closed-in little valley, and at this time of our summer, we had lots of forest fire smoke coming out of the mountains. So there was no real good places to do any long-distance video showing shots because everything was so smoky. So this was a great time to go to this little park with the waterfall in the background and do a video.
Yep, and it turned out pretty good, even with the water in the background. We had no problems with sound. Hi, I'm Angie and he is Rob, and we're doing a funny little test to make sure we have enough volume with the water in the background.
And I'm talking from way back here just to make sure that maybe from a distance that it still works.
Okay.
So it looks like, according to the little volume meter we got there, it's spiking okay.
Yeah.
The ambient noise is not very much.
Okay. This was video number 39 called The Aha Moment, From Victim to Creator.
We did this one in front of our angel water fountain, and we had lots of struggles. This video just was not cooperating with us whatsoever. We called this one the video from hell. Bleep.
Other than number 27, which we've showed you already, where we had the spider issue and the volume issues and the location issues, yeah, this one was our most challenging. We probably ended up doing 12 tries in all. We did this one on our Sunday, like a normal regular Sunday, And our very first video worked no problem, except for the fact that the doorbell rang and the dog was barking and you couldn't hear us because of the dog barking. We almost kept that video because when we tried to redo it, it was just challenge after challenge after challenge.
We struggled. We couldn't get ourselves pulled back together. We missed saying things. And then we had a computer freezing issue as well.
The computer just did weird things. You almost think it's time for a new computer with all the things we talk about with this darn computer.
But it's a nice computer. Most of the time it works just fine.
But yes, it just was freezing, and we actually kept one of the freezing videos just to show you what was going wrong. But we've also in this one got a funny test that we did and 2 bloopers. The bloopers, what the problem was, is because we were sitting a little further away from the computer, when I had to click to hit record, I then had to move back. But when I'd move back, I wasn't moving in the right spot. So I'd be covering up the angel, and then we'd both burst out laughing, and oh my God, it was funny.
So you'll get to see everything on this one.
Yes.
Hi, this is just our test to make sure we got everything right.
Rob's eyes are all screwed up.
Where are my eyes looking?
I don't know.
Right now. Where am I looking at?
I don't know.
Okay.
I can't get past how, like, they look dreadful.
Because when I look up here, I mean up at the thingy, because the angel is there, I kind of get the feeling that I'm kind of looking at her middle upper bits.
Those aren't boobs. They're people. That's you and that's me.
Yeah.
See, that's us holding hands, and she's holding us in her love. See?
I still don't want to be looking there. So now I don't know where to look. Where am I going to look this video? Ah! Okay, I think we got enough of a test done.
Whack job.
I'm Rob.
And I'm Angie.
You moved. I'm Rob.
And I'm Angie.
And you're covering up the angel again.
I'm just going to keep going, and we'll see how our freezing goes. Our computer's freezing a bit. We're going to just see if it's going to behave for us. So yes, that is the details of the tour and whatnot. We'll have links below to all of it. You can just do the workshop. You can do the workshop and the tour, or you could just do the tour if you wanted to. Couple options. For those of you that have already booked, we're so excited to see you. And for those of you that have yet to book, we look forward to meeting you and seeing you in person. We are thinking we may have to cut off booking by about September 25th, just because of scheduling the bus and making sure we've got coordinated enough seats for everybody. So just a heads up on that might be when we're cutting things off.
All right.
So we're still absolutely frozen, and I don't know if it's gonna ship. Let's see if we can do anything with it. There. Okay, we're back.
Okay.
This is probably our 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th time. We don't know how many times we've tried this, and our computer keeps doing weird things. So we're trying to just push through this one because we can't do this anymore. We gotta move on. So on that note, we're gonna move on to recap now. This was video number 40 called the Triple M's.
The Marry Me Moments.
Yes.
We did this one at Castle Mountain.
And I was super excited. This one was my dream video. When we started doing videos, I was so excited to get to this point of the story so that I could have Castle Mountain in our backdrop, and I was thrilled that we finally were able to make it work.
And the weather was good enough, and Castle Mountain was right there. We had a great spot. It was wonderful.
Yeah, and we have a funny little test for this one because I was so excited in it. We'll wait. These last 3 videos that we're going to talk about after this one also have tests, so we'll show you all of the tests together from them.
Video 41.
Yeah, this was Your Honor. That was the rough video that referenced video 14, the Karmic Calamity.
Yeah.
This was the one we really didn't want to do. In fact, we debated not even doing this one, but we thought, you know what? We've shared our journey all through and authentically from this point, so we might as well tell this part of the story too.
Yep, that was part of the journey, so we did it.
Yes.
We were able to get to the Elephant Rocks finally.
Finally.
The trails were opened and
No more bear closures.
weather was good enough, so we hiked up there and we had some testing volume issues.
Yes.
Angie figures she looked rough. I never see that.
Oh, I was so tired on that day. But again, back to the location, what I thought was so amazing about this one is we had been trying all summer to do a video there and just wasn't working because of bear closures. And finally, when we got to do it, it was perfect because it was fall colors all through there and it was gorgeous. I had never seen it so beautiful there. So it was a perfect time.
Yeah.
Then this one, oh, interesting, that shows up differently. Okay, that's all right. This one was video number 42, the workshop and the wedding.
Yeah, this had our first costume change in it.
Yes.
That was fun.
That was so much fun.
We've got a narrow walkway between our dining room area and our kitchen. And we wedged ourselves in there and we had some pictures in the background. Yeah, that was fun. That was fun. Every time that we tried to do the behind the scenes pictures, we'd both have to move and let the person crawl
Yes.
out, and then the other person would have to sit down and we'd take a picture, and then we had to switch back and forth. It took us about 15 minutes to do our
Just to do
behind
behind the scenes pictures, exactly, because it was such a tight spot. But what was neat is we were finally sitting in chairs. Almost all of our videos were either on the floor of our house or were on the ground of nature.
We had originally wanted to go to the wedding gazebo out in Canmore at Silvertip Golf Course where we got married, but we just couldn't make that happen between weather and smoke
timing
and everything else. So we just did it at home.
Yep. But one person after watching this video had requested that we do like a whole video just on our wedding. So maybe we'll wait and do that when we can go to the gazebo so we can actually show you where we got married because it's a stunning location. So this one we had a funny little test as well. So we'll show you that afterwards at the end.
And now video 43, the last one.
That one was called The Call to Mission, of course, sharing about how we started into this whole video process.
We went back to Peninsula, the original spot. No, we'll call that video number 0, where we just introduced Ground Zero. We didn't do the video at exactly the same spot from where we started because it was actually at a spot where 2 trails come together and it was a busier day. There was lots of people potentially coming through there. So we moved another 50 yards away from that spot and got an isolated spot on the edge of the lake and got our video done.
Yes, and of course we have another test. We started doing tests with every video just to make sure volume worked. So we'll show you that test as well.
And hey, that makes it so that we're now at video 44, which is this one. Okay, we've had a couple of moments during this one, but nothing that we've really caught on camera. Well, unless Angie decides to put it in when I'm not looking. Right at the end of this video, we're going to also put in a couple of bloopers that came from our Q&A videos that we've done.
Yes.
So, yeah, we will include that as well. So we've got 4 videos plus a couple of Q&A bloopers to show the bloopers from. So now we have caught up to ourselves again from this point of view. Yep, 20-year story.
So yes, we will share our last bloopers here with you. Enjoy those. Yay, Castle Mountain!
Yes, this is Castle Mountain video number 40 test, just to make sure we got our volume set and make sure that we can actually see the mountain and all those fun things. Our little volume-y thingy is not volume-y.
Well, that's because I hear.
Oh,
you gotta leave it there.
That's better.
Yeah.
As long as we're getting some spikes at least halfway to the edges, we're doing okay.
Yeah, and we even have water behind us.
We got a creek coming in beside us and bits, and I'm gonna re-go through that whenever we do the video.
Okay.
Okay.
Testing video number 41.
41, that's crazy.
It is just a little bit crazier than 40.
We might want to talk a little louder. I know we're talking quiet because we have people down there, but
I'm not worried about them, but that is not picking up. Your internal volume is screwed up again.
hello, hello.
Okay, this is a test for video number 42. Making sure we got our sound going. Our sound. I don't see our
You
little sound
always
thing.
panic when it goes away.
Yeah.
It's there.
Oh,
It's
okay. We have volume. How about you speak?
Okay, I'm nervous.
All
Our
right.
second last video and I'm finally nervous.
Finally nervous.
At least it took me a while.
Kate, speak, almighty one.
Oh, we're testing again.
We're testing again.
Okay, this is me with a normal voice. This is me slightly elevated with my voice. And this is me quite shouting with my voice. How about you?
This is me playing with the dirt because I got my spot all full of dirt. Okay, so I'll talk while I clean the dirt. How does my little Barry thing show?
I can't even see the little Barry thing. I'm so far away.
Oh. Okay. Well, it's windy.
It's windy. We're making the bars move, but this is going to be a quiet video.
Okay, we'll have to just talk loud.
Yeah, shout it out. Hello. Don't scratch your nose. Hello, I'm Rob.
And I'm Angie.
And together, we are TwinFinity. Jesus. Hello, I'm Rob.
And I'm Angie.
And together, we are having a dog walk around behind us.
Phew, we made it.
A 20-year story shared in 43 videos.
So what does it take to do 43 videos to tell a 20-year story, you ask? It takes nearly 50 journals and over 1,000 pages of text messages, as you can see in this picture. It also takes over 500 hours of reading, preparing, finding video locations, doing the video, uploading the video, replying to messages, and everything else that goes along with doing a video. As you can see from all the chaos in this picture, and in this picture of all the journals I have read through.
Yes, it also took approximately 5,700 kilometers, or about 3,500 miles of driving, and the videos together with the driving and actually doing them and then getting back to, let's say, the main highway, we figure it was about close to 200 hours of driving.
That's a lot of driving.
It was 18 trips to the mountains. Taking all the video equipment with us. Yep, that's what it took. You know, snowshoes, backpacks, water bottles, lunch kit. Oh, yeah, computer and clipboard on the far left-hand side.
Computer and clipboard, yes.
Yep. So there was 5 snowshoe trips, 9 mountain climbs, and some other just miscellaneous spots that we just drove to stop.
Yes.
Yeah.
Rob being Superman.
Bristol Pass. Elephant Rocks, Heart Mountain.
Heart Mountain again,
That
because
was
it was so
actually
spectacular.
Big picture of where we actually made it to, the little plateau. Lake Louise.
And you can see all the canoes in the background on that one.
Yeah, nice. Oh, me just being a goofball, lifting a very heavy rock. That rock weighed probably 2/3 as much as I did. I didn't hang on to the rock for a whole lot longer than what it took to take the picture.
But it was a giant heart rock. And speaking of hearts, through all these hours, even though it's been a lot of hours and a lot of work to do all of these videos, we have to say we've thoroughly enjoyed it because we got to connect with all of you as our dear soul friends. We are so blessed to have you in our lives, and we feel so grateful that you've been able to share in our story with us, and that our story was able to help you along your journey.
Thank you so much for all of your love, your support, and amazing comments. We couldn't have done this without you.
Yes, and for that we thank you dearly,
Yes.
and we love you guys.
You betcha. Thank you.
So that is it for the bloopers and the story behind the story.
we have now exhausted all the information that we have for telling our story. But we won't be going anywhere. We've still got the wedding day video to do.
Yep.
And in less than a week's time, we've got the Banff workshop coming up, so we'll have a recap on that for sure. And we've still going to be doing question and answer videos and
our tangent
and
talks.
tangent talks. We've still got lots of those. So we're not going anywhere.
No.
But for now, we are done our story. And there will also be extensions to the story videos because as time goes by, we'll have new material starting from right about now.
That's true. And along the way, we have thanked you guys many times because you've just been amazing viewers with the kindest comments, and we're so grateful for that. But there's one other person that needs to be thanked through this whole thing, and that is my sweet, wonderful husband. And I'm going to try not to cry, and it's too late for that now. He has been amazing through this. Sorry, I didn't think I'd cry. As you guys know from his job, he works often 6 days a week. His only day off he takes to do videos. And he has drug our computer equipment and our bags and journals all over the place. And this is a person who 20 years ago wouldn't even talk about this kind of stuff, let alone do it. And that's just a testament to this journey and how much a person can change. Sorry, I didn't mean to make you cry too.
Well, and I have to throw this right back at you. You've put in hundreds of hours of work pouring through those journals, getting the stories straightened out. Sure, you've asked my opinion, but yeah, have I done 50% of the prep work? No, I've done about less than 10% of the prep work. Some of the times when we were diving into telling our story, I hadn't even been briefed on what we were going to be talking about yet. We just went right into it.
There was no time. Rob was working a lot, so it was just the way it was.
Yeah, Angie's been amazing too. So thank you.
Thank you.
And thank you.
We love you guys.
Bye.
Bye.